Shalom everybody, what a nerve-wracking day it was. Before I begin, I want to go through all the different phases that everybody in Israel was going through today. So first everybody was looking at the Red Cross, how they entered Gaza to pick up the first 3 hostages. Ronnie, Doron and Emily. The 3 women that were kept in Gaza as hostages for 471 days. 3 innocent women that were taken brutally to Gaza and kept captive. And this is the scary moment when the women were passed from Hamas to the Red Cross. And you can see how this crowd is just crazy. It's like they don't know that they are very scared. They're just shouting, doing everything. But the women are very, very brave. And here is the first image of the women that the families could see after 471 days. What a moment for the family. Incredible. And then everybody kept their breath because another stage of this important moment and also very dangerous moment when the Red Cross had to pass through the neighborhoods and go into safety where the women, the hostages, would be handed to the Israeli army. And here you can already see the cars coming into safety and they are greeted by this shout, Am Israel High, Israel is alive. This is when the families of those 3 women could say, it's really happening. I will see my loved ones. On the Israeli territory, an instant medical assessment was done and the hostages were then taken to a helicopter that from the territory of Israel took them to a hospital near Tel Aviv. This is the images showing you, again, the hostages getting out of the vehicles of the Red Cross and being handed over to the Israelis. And you can see how the soldiers are moved, how they first talk to them, check if everything's okay, and everybody is in shock, trying to do all their best. You see an Israeli woman now hugging this hostage. There is a lot of emotion going on. So, after all the necessary checkups are done, the hostages are then transported to a helicopter that flies quickly in the direction of Tel Aviv, where the Sheba hospital is located. Now, by this moment, everybody is rejoicing. Finally, some good news after so long. And here you can see the moment the helicopter goes up and flies toward Tel Aviv. So once again, let's look at this final stage of this mission. So the hostages were taken from Gaza and transported to Re'im, where the military base was located. And from that military base, they were transported by helicopter to Tel Aviv area, where the Sheba hospital is located. So it's not very far, probably took just few minutes, several minutes, and they were in safety. So once again, you can see the Google Earth and you can see the distance from Re'im to this hospital just outside of Tel Aviv, Sheba Hospital. It's a whole medical complex there. And this is the moment. No words are needed. Try not to cry, because I couldn't. Now today, this is a special day in Israel. Everybody is crying, everybody's happy, but there are still those that wait for their loved ones that were brutally taken from them. Israel pays the highest price for moments like this. According to this deal, Hamas is to release 30 free hostages. And still, it's not all of the hostages that are kept in Gaza. The three women that were innocent and were taken captive were released in exchange for really bad people. They were released for people like this, Arafat Irfaya. Or people like this, Mahmoud Arba Varda. He is a criminal to be released. Now, no other country in the world would agree to this, but Israel did. Because this is the price of an Israeli life. 1,700 criminals are to be released for a small number of Israelis that were taken to Gaza. This is the price that Israel has to pay. This is the great deal that everybody's talking about, praising it. They're not talking about those criminals, those murderers that will be released. This is the moment that the Israeli hostages, the three women, were given by Hamas to the Red Cross. And you can see this crowd, this mob that just gathered there, that are shouting, cheering. They are not cheering because innocent people are released. They're cheering because they think they got the victory. This crowd has one goal: to make the last moments of those three victims to be scary. This is what they want to achieve. And speaking of victory, this is Jabalia today that is just leveled in Gaza. If this is victory, then I don't want such a victory. This is what you get when you attack Israel. Now the Palestinians returning to Jabalia are finding out. And in spite some kind of reflection, you would think that they would think about what has happened. No, they return to the same devil, Hamas. They say, they shout. So a normal person, when Hamas got out of the tunnels like rats, they showed themselves up again today. When they went out, you would think that a normal person would come to them and say, it's your fault. It's because of your attack. It's because of you we have a horrible situation in Gaza. But no, everybody's coming to them and cheering and praising them. This is the kind of people that Israel has to deal with. But not only the Arabs in Gaza are lacking brains, also the people around the world that organize protests like this, saying, we are Palestinians. So it's not going to be easy days ahead of Israel. There are still hostages to be released, and everything is really, really sensitive. So it all can just fall apart. We'll see what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be really tense days in Israel. So please pray for Israel. Please pray for the families so that they keep sanity in all of this. Because imagine yourself being in this situation, waiting for your loved one and knowing that It all depends on criminals that hate you and that want to kill you. I mean, this is really difficult to process. So I hope you enjoyed this report. This render you see now, all of this I made today actually. So I really tried to focus today and do everything I can to present to you this story in the best way I can, using the skills I was able to learn. So I hope you enjoy that, and this gives you a visualization of the whole situation and the nerve-wracking moments that many in Israel went through today. Now, I also have a Telegram and X account where I will be sharing much more information. So make sure you sign up to my Telegram and X. You will find links in the description of this video. And, you know, on those platforms, I can share much more than on YouTube, because if I would share it on YouTube, I would be banned. So if you want to learn more, have more in-depth information, make sure to sign up to my X and Telegram.